Hey YouTube, how's it going? Retro Dave back with another video. In this video I've got 5 Super Nintendo games to show you, and I've got an update on games that I've beaten as well in the last few weeks since the last video was recorded. Well, yeah, it was recorded about a month ago, but you saw it fairly recently. So let's start with that first. So Castlevania 3, as I mentioned previously, I was having a lot of trouble with that game, but I finally managed to beat it. And I think the last 3 levels I tried 100 times each, I reckon. I'm not joking. And the last level, the boss, is just a joke. But I got there. I nearly gave up, but I managed to beat it. So Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse is done on hard difficulty. I've got the piles here. So then I did Mario Kart on the SNES and did all those, was it 50cc, 100cc, 150cc, and all the special cup, all that done, gold. So fully beaten that. So Mario Kart is done. Mario All-Stars, I did Mario 1, Mario 2 and Mario 3 in a weekend. Then did Lost Levels. I'd never beaten Lost Levels ever, but I did that. And then I went in last week, at the point of recording this video, I did Super Mario World and managed to get 95 of the exits. And so I was missing 1. So I did have to YouTube where all the exits were and realised that I was missing the hidden exit in the last ghost house, the ghost house near Bowser's, like the final end level. So we have to hit the P block and then steer the coins up to the, for those of you that will know what I'm on about, you have to steer the coins to the top to get to the secret exit. So I managed to find all of the exits on Mario World. So my last playthrough, which I mentioned in the previous video, was 2014, so what, 11 years ago, whatever. That's insane. So yeah, Mario World is finally done. Yeah, so I've got 5 SNES games that I've recently added. One's a gift, which I'll come to at the end, and we'll start off with the first game, and that is Donkey Kong Country. Now, I've got, as soon as this came through the door, I kid you not, and again, this was probably at the point of recording this video, I reckon a month ago. I reckon a month easy. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country. As soon as it came through the door, I thought, right, I'm on it. Because I think I'd just beaten Blackthorn. At the point of recording that Blackthorn video, this turned up. So I put this in, and I beat this in a weekend. I've not 100%ed it. You know, I've not found every secret or whatever is the percentage at the end on the save thing. But I've gone through the whole game. And it's just quality. I love it. So Donkey Kong Country, my friend James had this. The first place I played it was James, and it's the guy who had the Super Nintendo Street Fighter 2 Turbo pack that I mentioned in the previous video, who backed onto my garden. So he had like all the new stuff. So when I saw Donkey Kong Country, probably like most of you at my age would be like, when you first saw it, you were like, how can these graphics be on the SNES? Like, it just looked unreal and sounded unreal, and it was awesome. So I just remember seeing Donkey Kong at his house, and then seeing it on the shelf in like Walrus and Dixon's, and think, one day, you know, I'd love to get that one day. And I can't remember if I got it for a Christmas or birthday. I can't remember when I got it. It would have been the mid to late, well, yeah, 90, I'm going to guess 96-ish. I can't remember if it was Christmas or birthday, but I definitely got it. And oh, it's so good. Such a good platform. It's not hard. It's not particularly difficult. I know a lot of people seem to struggle with the minecart levels, but I've kind of got that nailed. I love the minecart levels. I'm trying to think of the levels that I really struggled on. I mean, obviously I've died a few times, but you know, but it's just a fun playthrough. It's just such a good game. It's just an absolute classic, as I'm sure you're all aware. So this game is bought and beaten in like a weekend. So that is going straight on the beating pile on there. So next up, these next 2 games, I'll show one at a time, came like my babysitter, like childminder back in the early 90s. My mum and dad used to go out, and the guy from my mum's work would come over and look after me and my brother. And he had a Super Nintendo as well. And he used to bring over games that obviously we didn't have. So these next 2 games are those games. So the first one is Primal Rage. So this would have been, again, 94 maybe, 93, 94. Again, I'm not 100% sure on dates and years and stuff like that, but it was early to mid 90s. He brought over Primal Rage. And before this, I'd only seen Street Fighter 2 Turbo, that I can remember anyway. And then he brought over this, was like fighting like dinosaurs and like animals and stuff. And I remember, I can't remember the bloody, the dinosaur's name, the one with the big tail. And you can like swish the tail and flick the people in the background up in the air. And I remember we used to like, have the same dinosaur and play like table tennis or ping pong with the little people in the background of the game on the level. I used to try and flick them up in the air past across each other. And then some of the enemies have got the characters. One do like a vomit thing, and then one blows up fire. Yeah, it just really, it's quite gory, but it's really cool. Yeah, so Primal Rage, it's okay. It's not an amazing one-on-one fighter, but yeah, just super nostalgic for me. I did play this through on easy. The other was it last week? Yeah, probably last week. Played it through on easy. I think you have to beat it on at least like normal or above to get the final dinosaur at the end, which I haven't done, which I need to do. But yeah, I did just kind of whisk through it on easy to see, you know, how many levels there are and how far I can get into it. So I will go back and play it on normal and try and beat the like the final boss. So yeah, Primal Rage, excellent game. And then again, same guy, his name is Vince. He also brought over Cybernator. And again, this is, the first time I saw this game, I was like, what is this about? Like, it's about mech robot, and you kind of like, it's about a platformer, shoot 'em up kind of game. Yeah, the first level, you kind of like going across like this ship and working your way to like the boss at the end. And then the second like level, it's like a side-scrolling shoot 'em up. And that's the first time I'd ever seen like a shoot 'em up kind of thing. Because I was like platformers, racers, that kind of stuff. So yeah, when I first go, oh, what is this all about? You know, and shoot these like big like robot things, yeah, like in through space, and I've got asteroids like coming at you. So yeah, Cybernator, it's a cool game, and this came through. I got this, I get a couple of weeks ago now. And I thought I'm just going to obviously test it and play it. I did the first level, no problem. Second level boss, I can't get past the second level boss, and it's been so long since I played it like properly. I don't know how far I ever got in this game back in the day. I certainly never beat it, but I'm pretty sure I got, you know, 3 or 4 levels in. But yeah, so far I've not been able to beat the second level boss. I've not had a really good go of it. I like a couple of goes on it, thinking I might get a few levels in, but yeah, I couldn't get past the second level. So yeah, this is next on the SNES pile. So now I've done the Mario games, Donkey Kong Country, Cybernator is next on my list. So this is the next game to be played. Right, so next up is a racing game, and that is Top Gear. And this isn't a game that I had back in the day. This is a game that I had in like, my previous like collection, I'd say 10 odd years ago, when I first discovered this game. It might have actually been Alex, Nintendo Arcade or Al's Arcade, that got me onto this game. I'm pretty sure he kind of showed it, and I was like, what is that? It was something like that. I definitely saw someone, I'm pretty sure Alex was the one that played it, and I saw it. I was like, obviously back in the day, this is a game that I would have loved to have had I've seen it or known about it or seen it. I've been big into my cars and stuff. So yeah, Top Gear, the music is awesome. The only slightly annoying thing about this game is you kind of it is always on like a 2-player split screen, and you're controlling the top half. That's the only thing that slightly annoys me, is you're kind of looking at that top section of the screen all the time. But other than that, it is an excellent game. I did the first like set of levels, and I got the password, and then immediately, like on that next level after the first password you get, it got rock hard. And I kind of haven't gone back to that since. So I've kind of started it, got the password, so I need to continue with this game. But yeah, I've never beaten it, but I'm hoping to work my way through it, and that is Top Gear. So yeah, well worth checking out. That was this was like cheap as well. It's like £7. Like, it's just like a no-brainer. So yeah, that was good to get that back. And the last game, and this was a gift from Daz, Cojonesdeloro. He messaged me and said, you know, I've not seen you talk about this game before. Would you fancy giving it a go? I was like, yeah, sure. He didn't tell me what it was. It was a surprise. And then what turned up was Outlander. So this game is hard, right? And he did openly admit that he tried it, couldn't get on with it, and thought it was hard. So he thought he'd send me the challenge. Yeah, and it is pretty tough. So I didn't know, without watching a video, that you have to pull over. So when you're kind of getting low on fuel, like your hazard light comes on, if you don't pull over, it ends up being game over. I was thinking, what am I doing wrong? There's no instructions, no like intro, no nothing. So I had to look at a gameplay to work out what was going on. You have to pull over the side of the road, and then it goes like a side-scrolling kind of like shooting people and then getting fuel and stuff. It's a bit bizarre. So I pulled over, anyway, got some fuel, and you drive again, and you also got to keep driving and obviously get to the end. But I've had a quick go on it, but I've not put any more time into it, because I'm trying to stick to like 1 to 2 games at a time to kind of progress and try and beat stuff and not try and spin too many plates. But yeah, from what I've played with it, this is going to be tough. But yeah, Daz, thanks for sending that, mate. I know I messaged you privately, but yeah, really appreciate you sending me a driving game that is going to be a real challenge. So yeah, that is Outlander. So that, guys, is the 5 SNES games that have recently been added. I've got no other games on the horizon coming up on the SNES. I've got some NES games, which I'll do in the next video. So yeah, as soon as I get some more stuff come through, guys, I shall let you know. And any updates on games I've beaten, I'll do the same. And anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.